At the core of what we've been researching and talking about at Centre for the Edge is the notion of moving from knowledge stocks to knowledge flow. What we're saying is that in a world of mass information and knowledge that's often published, and sometimes that knowledge might be tacit, the flow of information has become more important than sort of having it stocked in a database that only a small select number of people can use. So we started to focus very much on how is information flowing. One of the common perceptions, I think, around the virtual world and the online world, mobile world, is that the world is rapidly moving to, I suppose, information flow being virtual. So we sort of see this massive uplift in virtual flow. And I think that the nature, that the way that people think about this is, oh, well, that means that people aren't getting together physically anymore. So it's effectively virtual goes up, physical goes down. But when we started studying the notion of what's the impact of virtual flow on physical flow, we started to actually see that that wasn't right. We saw that notwithstanding that the virtual flow does go up, we also see physical flow go up. So the notion of people getting together online and sharing information and flowing that across also then drives them to connect. And I've often said, you know, some examples of that. If you're in the social media world where you're participating a lot in virtual flow, what starts to happen is that I often say you could go to sort of 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches and 3 dinners around social media groups that get together all the time. The virtual flow doesn't remove the desire for us to get into face-to-face environments and improve the richness of those conversations, but the virtual flow actually helps us amplify our messages. It actually helps us connect and find people with like-minded interests, but we still really want to get together. And what we're saying to organisations is that oftentimes things like the notion of everybody will tally work. Well, in some cases that might work if you've got a very good structure around how information can flow, but we still see people wanting to get together. So we're saying that whilst, you know, online retail and virtual stores are growing, it doesn't mean that all the physical world's going to disappear. The rise of things like co-working spaces tell us that individual people or small groups of people in startups don't want to be working by themselves at home in the bedroom. They want to go to a place where they can bounce ideas, learn from others, share, and have these rich interactions. So the key thing to take away from the notion of flow is that physical and virtual complement each other. And the other side of it is that social flows, particularly through people sharing stuff on Facebook and Twitter, Tumblr, blogs, those things, actually amplifies the message. So starting to think of the notion of virtual flow, physical flow, and social amplifiers will help you understand how best to use the various channels that you've got.